Then again, that's an incredible move from Barcelona as Lunen's going to concede a penalty. Oh, Lunen. We gave the... Oh, it's a straight red as well. But today it's going to cost us, and Carlos Alenia going to step up to take the penalty. Barcelona 1, Everton 0 here at Camp Nou. Lukaku is going to be in goal. Charlison through to Decore to score, and Abdoulaye Decore has got a massive goal in this tie. Goal scorer, Abdoulaye Decore, fake shots, gets in, Decore, unbelievable, Abdoulaye Decore, write your name in the history books of Everton if you are the man that sends us through in this Champions League run. Coutinho, I mean, that is just... I don't even think if we had Lunen or Vice in goal, they would have saved that. Messi against Lukaku. If Lukaku saves this, the script is written. And he saves it! Lukaku saves the penalty, and Everton might go through. Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another Career Mode episode today. If you've missed the last one, definitely go and check it out because it was mental. It was one of the most crazy games of FIFA I've played this season. If not, might even be one of the most crazy games I've played of any FIFA, put it that way. So if you did miss it, go and check it out. There was a little hint in the previously section about what went on, and honestly, it was just mental. So yeah, we're back today with another episode for you all, and the draw for the next round has been made, so I'll show you that in a minute. If you haven't seen it, I've just spoiled it, so my bad. But there you go. We've also going to begin today's episode with an FA Cup quarter-final against Burnley. So a lot to look forward to today, as we could potentially get ourselves into a semi-final. That will be the first game of the day. But for our draw of the Champions League, after we beat Barcelona with 10 men and Lukaku saved that penalty, definitely spotted now if you haven't already seen it, we have been drawn against Napoli in the quarter-finals. Chelsea-Man United is an all-English tie. Villarreal against Monaco and Paris versus Juve is the other ties going on. So, honestly, I'm not too worried about this. I think if you beat Barcelona, you have to fancy your chances no matter who you come up against. And I definitely do against Napoli. It will still be a tough game, but I feel pretty confident with things about that. And out of curiosity, I wonder where Napoli are in the table. We'll check that out before we begin today, just to kind of see what's going on. I'm not sure if we will get any of those Champions League ties in today's episode, because I've not looked ahead to the other fixtures and seen what's going on. There you go, Napoli second. Juve are undefeated in Serie A at the moment. Crazy. Nevertheless, it's time to get started. I've already set my team. We're going to go straight into game against Burnley. Waste no time. And I'm not going to lie, I would really like an FA Cup run. Seems like a long time since I've last played at Wembley in an FA Cup final. So I would pretty much like to get there again. But standing in our way is a Burnley side that will definitely be up for this game, as it could well be their only chance of silverware this year. The side, well, it's switched around, but it's still very strong. Let's do this. This is the Burnley 11 we're coming up against. I can already see a couple of familiar faces and some very good players in there. But I do feel like at this stage in the series, Fernandinho won't be as good as he should be. Keane at the centre-back might be a little bit aging too. Dalbert at left-back, Iwobi. That left-hand side of Burnley isn't too bad, actually. So I'm not too worried about this game, though. I feel like we have got the better of the two sides. Holgate captains the side, Vice in goal. Lunen, of course, picked up that red card in that Champions League game. He could have played this one because it only applies to Champions League matches. But I just went with Soren instead. Montiel, Holgate, Pizzala and Tierney as a back four. Orsic, Patrick as midfield two. Mason Mount just in front with Koeman, Herrera and Lookman as our front three. Very strong front three. So we should be able to create chances and hopefully finish them off as well. Let's get into this one. And like I said, it's been a while since I last played an FA Cup final, so I'm right up for this. I want to try and get there if we can. Struggling to get out here in this early stages. Burnley piling on the pressure. Even Herrera trying to go over and win this ball. And he will successfully do it. Now Mason Mount then needs a run to come in from somewhere. Mount does get the run from Ademola Lookman. Koeman's going to run side his man as well. Lookman's ball. Kingsley Coman to finish. It's such a tight angle. Ademola Lookman did not make that easy at all. It's a poor ball in the end. Can Lookman redeem himself with a shot though? Oh, and he's hit the post. Lookman, all he's got to do is square it to Koeman. But for some reason, he sends him so far wide. Nowhere near going in. And Koeman from that angle cannot turn it home. Lookman then has to try and redeem himself, and then he hits the post or bar, which one of them it was, I don't actually know. But that's poor, man. Ademola Lookman has got to find a better pass there. It's a simple cutback to an unmarked Kingsley Coman, and it surely would have been 1-0. And the start that Burnley have made to this game, they're piling the pressure on, wanting to put us on the back foot early on. So I needed to kind of get out and try and make something happen. We did that, just didn't convert. Fast approaching half-time. It's been a poor first half here, in all honesty. Other than that early chance that we created through Lookman and Koeman, nothing else. And Burnley have had their moments as well. If that final ball was there for them, they arguably could have been in front. This, again, though, is some good build-up play. But that's that final ball I spoke about. As we now are over into added time. And nothing really to show for us from this first half of football. Quite disappointed, really. Lookman spreads the play out towards Kingsley Coman, who brings it under control. Koeman sends the cross in. We will end off the half with a corner kick. Will it come to anything? That's the big question, though. Lookman going to take it. Let's just swing this in and hope for the best. Ademola Lookman's corner in towards the box. Again, put behind. Will anything come of these? Compare this to Barcelona in our last game, where it was all popping off. And then you come here again. Oh, it's in. Burnley 1, Everton 0 at Turf Moor. I was going to say, compare it to Barcelona, where everything's going on, and you've had nothing here. And then, for some bizarre reason, we completely leave a Burnley man unmarked at the back. It's Tierney who steps into centre-back, but I'm not sure why he's doing that, because we should have had a centre-back marking him. That was Tierney's man. Right then, game on. Now we have to score. We can't afford to not get a goal. We've got to try and get back in this game, and thus far, I don't really see us doing that, because we've been poor in the early stages of this one. In fact, we haven't even got too long left, as Kingsley Coman's going to be found by even Herrera. Koeman, back towards Herrera! What a block that is. I mean, there was a little bit of a tug of Herrera's shirt, but we'll let that play, as the referee didn't see anything wrong with that. And Burnley's goal scorer goes off the field of play. I'm considering maybe making a couple of changes, but arguably I don't really know what to do, because I felt like this side was good enough to get the result here, and clearly not, as Orsic is now found trying to force the play too much. I'm going to have to switch formation to a more attack-minded one, otherwise we're going out. 4-2-4 played. Richarlison and Vinicius Jr. getting ready to come on. That is the change we're going to make. We have now got 30 minutes to make the difference. Patrick found again. Mason Mount a little bit of space just in between the goal and Burnley's defence as Mount will shoot. And Nick Pope turns it behind. Now those changes will come on, which is what we needed. Vinicius Jr. has literally touched the ball for the first time since coming on right there, and we concede possession again. We're so slow in everything we're doing. It just feels so lethargic. Patrick dispossesses the play. Can we make a move, somebody, please? Look how slow they all are. Now Kingsley Coman. I mean, I'm not even going to be able to do anything here because he's so out of breath and there's no pass on. Nearly loses possession, but we keep hold of it just about. Patrick again. Mason Mount making a move. Mount's in! Mount! Please tell me we've got the rebound. Herrera, you've got to be trolling me! Mount smashes it off the upright and gets injured in the process. It's not our day at all here today. It really isn't our day. I think all our luck was used up in that Barcelona game, because it's not been our day at all. Twice we've now hit the woodwork. Burnley have scored their only chance, and Mason Mount's just got an injury whilst hitting that shot. Oh my goodness me. I think we're going to be going out of the FA Cup here. Lucas Torreira coming on then. We've got 5 minutes to find a goal. It's Patrick towards Holgate. Holgate to Koeman. Koeman looking to curl one. Oh, Kingsley Coman! It just... Oh, why won't it go in? Why won't it go in? That's going to be it. I can't imagine us doing it again. Oh, time ticking away. We've thrown it away in the first game of the day. I love a bit of a rhyme, but not today. Oh, man. What's annoying me the most is that we have had those chances. And like I said, I think our luck's been used up in that Barcelona game. So much so that we just didn't get it today. I mean, there's so many moments there you have to say Burnley deserved the victory, because they essentially they opened us up and they took that chance that they created. That one and only chance that really would have separated the two teams. When you look at the final delivery, Ademola Lookman gets it early on in the match. His delivery's poor. He sends Koeman so far wide that he can't make anything happen. But then at the other end, Burnley get their cross right, you know? So, fair play. Hopefully Burnley go on to win it now then, because obviously I don't want to get knocked out by somebody who doesn't go on to win it, because then you just feel bad. But, that is a kick in the teeth, because that should have been us going through. Really should have. Like I mentioned, really, like, you know, we have these moments. This here, look at Kingsley Coman there. Lookman sends him far too wide. Far too wide. Vice makes a save. I mean, that was the early stages of the match. But from that point forward, man, you've got to say we just were not good enough. Some news on the Mason Mount injury front. He's out for 3 weeks, so you are without him. Potentially for the Champions League game against Napoli, I'm not sure. Before that, though, we've got a home game against Cardiff, which are going to be simming right here. The gap right now to us and Man United, it's 9 points, I think, but they have a game in hand, so they could move that down to 6. So a win here is what we need, and a win is what we've got. 4-0. Lukaku scoring a penalty with Richarlison with a double, and Patrick with a goal to his name as well. So yeah, in case you didn't know, I'm actually a Spain manager. The only reason I'm a Spain manager is because I was tracking one of the game-generated players, and I wanted to see his overall, so when the job came up, I took it so I could see it. But other than that, that's literally it. I'm not going to be playing with Spain or anything like that. I just used it purely for a scouting basis, which is something that I do regularly if I'm not actually interested in managing the country. One thing to note as well about Patrick, if we take a look at his technical skills, look how good this guy is. I mean, we already knew it, right? But 99 long shots, 99 finishing, 91 free kicks, 94 curve, 5-star weak foot, remember? Yeah, this guy is something else, man. And however long's left in the series, I want to try and sim ahead and see what overall we can get him to. Because if you didn't know, FIFA 20 drops, I think we get EA access on the 19th of September. So after this season's done, there probably will only be one more season of the series, and then that'll be us pretty much ready for FIFA 20 then. So yeah, so probably this season and then next season, and that'll be us done in the series. So quite weird to think that, because I actually didn't realise that FIFA 20 was that close. So, I mean, it's positive because it means we don't have to wait as long. But it does mean, of course, for us, series is fastly approaching the last season, basically. So let's skip ahead. We've then got Brighton, I think, before we play Napoli in the Champions League. So I'll see you all in a second for that. We've got Napoli to come in 4 days' time. So before that is Brighton, and it's away from home. So I will be playing this game. Where are Brighton in the league currently? They are sat in 14th, down there on 36 points. Spurs not completely out of a relegation fight just yet. They could actually creep into it. Liverpool have managed to climb themselves up a little bit more, though. So they look like they could well be on their return back to the top of the league. It's very close, though. If you look from 10th to, like, 17th, there's 8 points in it. Not even 8, 7, sorry. So, yeah, it's very, very close. Really, there's only us, Man United and Chelsea out of the way of anything. And in the bottom, Palace look like they're certain to go down as it stands. Stoke as well, pretty much nailed on. So it's just really the last relegation spot that teams are fighting over. But Brighton aren't in it yet. Unless they get a result here, we could sink them back into a relatively close relegation fight. And of course, for us, we want to keep tabs on this Manchester United side. We want to keep going. I'm going to go with the same team that started in that FA Cup quarter-final. Give them a chance to redeem themselves. Part of my plan is, of course, because we've got Napoli coming up, I don't want to risk anybody that is going to be playing in that game. So we'll see. Hopefully we get the result here, though. The Brighton 11 popping up on your screen, as you can see. I recognise a few of those players. McAllister is somebody that I'm actually looking at to potentially bring in. He's a quality central midfielder. So, yeah, they've got a decent squad, Brighton. You can't take them lightly. They will cause problems. And if Burnley beat us earlier on, then we can't take anything to consideration. In fact, Burnley are a decent side. I don't know why I'm making out like they were bad or anything, because they pretty much outplayed us. So, there we go then. Let's see how we get on, though. We need to get back to winning ways here. And immediately, I'm looking at this game thinking we need to get an early goal. Orsic trying to do that. Lovely ball out wide towards Coman. Is there a chance at the end of this, though? Kingsley Coman with a delivery back into the area. Herrera's got there! And Matty Ryan turns it behind. I thought that was the early goal we were looking for. We've just had to bring on Vinicius Jr. because even Herrera picked up a slight injury. Early stages of the match, it's definitely us in control. But we need to turn this pressure into a goal, as we will find Patrick in behind. Patrick to finish. It's one of the weakest, tamest shots I've ever seen him hit. And I tried to get it on the right foot to maybe curl it past the goalkeeper. And in doing that, I just lost any sort of pace on the shot. Richarlison towards Lookman. Lookman now going to hit the shot as well. Over the bar it goes. That's 3 opportunities in the space of 26 minutes. And we haven't been able to take any of them. I'm slightly worried about our finishing today. Why am I having episodes where one episode I can be fantastic and score nearly every shot I have, and then another episode where I've just ballooned most of them over the bar? That's not likely that it's going to go well. Whoa, why can't I move with Montiel? It just wouldn't allow me to... Nah, Holgate, mate. We've got a problem because you keep doing this. Poor defensive clearances like that. Short corner, Vinicius Jr. going to be found. Delivery needs to be there. Vinicius Jr. sends it in. There's the header, and again, Matty Ryan meets it. This goalkeeper is certainly earning his paycheck right now. That's 5 saves for Matty Ryan in the game thus far. Orsic is cornering towards the box. Holgate gets up. Doesn't quite win it. And Brighton will clear their lines, it seems like. Yep, they will. Frustrations continue as the half-time whistle comes. Brighton 0, Everton 0 so far. And really, we should have taken one of our chances we've had. I'm not fancying it today. I really don't know what it is. I just cannot see us breaking through and getting a goal. Man United leading at Southampton as well. Means that if this result stays the same, it will be 4 points the gap. Worst case scenario, if we lose it, we could drop down to 3. So I really would appreciate us grabbing a goal at some point in this game, please, guys. Anybody out there wants to be the hero in essence, I would much appreciate that. We need to find a shot on target, please. That's just something that's been happening, but then it goes straight at the goalkeeper. Vinicius Jr. found again, trying to put the cross in. Walker-Peters defends brilliantly first time, and Brighton so far have been sound at the back whenever they've had to defend a cross. Mariano, ball through, and there we go. There we go. Exactly as suspected. We were just waiting for that Brighton chance to present itself. And yet again, we don't defend it. This isn't good going into a Napoli tie, a double leg header in the Champions League, when we don't look like scoring. And defensively, I know it's not our strongest 11, you know, we could have had Sanchez and Lindelof at the back. But I mean, look at this defending, right? Mariano sells us there, and then at that point, I don't know what on earth we're doing with Mason Holgate. The pressure is really on today. Burnley beat us by a goal to 0. Didn't really look like scoring there. We're now a goal to 0 down to Brighton, and we don't really look like scoring here. Any chance we've actually put on target has been straight at Matty Ryan. What's going on with us today? I really, really do not know. And like I said, with Napoli to come, doesn't really bode well as Patrick's going to smash that one over the bar. Koeman trying to drive at Brighton and make it happen. Koeman through for Richarlison. Richarlison's got to score. The poor first touch lets him down massively, and Matty Ryan again is there. I'm beginning to get agitated because our players right now are not performing to how they should be. Some of these first touches on show are awful. And like, for example, there, Richarlison gets that right. He needs to be better. He's got to at least take it under control. Matty Ryan, yes, to his credit, was very quick off his line. But even though Richarlison should be better, he's a quality player. Vinicius Jr. trying to make it happen. Jr. towards Orsic. Orsic trying to place one. And he will do that. Breakthrough finally, and I feel like a massive weight lifted off my shoulders because we've finally got a goal. Oh, and it hasn't looked like coming, honestly, all day so far. Burnley, we were awful. Here, I don't know what to say. This backup side has not performed at all. Orsic, lovely little finish, places it and does make it happen. Matty Ryan doesn't deserve to concede. He's been far better than conceding here. But it's just poor from us again, because our chances that we are getting, we should be finishing. And when you're hitting it straight at a goalkeeper on more than one occasion in a match, it doesn't bode well, you know. But at least we can say we're back in the game, and there might be a winner in it if we could push on now. And ahead of that Napoli game, I would love a victory, pretty much, just to get some confidence in our veins. Lookman going to bring this under control. Now find Richarlison. Patrick's going to continue. Lovely little ball through. And Patrick makes it look simple. Turnaround complete. This is what I expect of this side. Not what we've been showing so far. 2-1 Everton. What a finish it is as well from Patrick. And 2 midfielders out of all the players on the pitch are the ones to have scored our goals today. You've got Richarlison, Koeman, Lookman, Vinicius Jr. And none of them have scored. Fantastic stuff from Patrick though. Mr. Consistent. Got a minute to play here as Orsic and Patrick combine. Patrick in this position. It's dangerous to have him here. Oh, I thought he'd done it. I genuinely thought he'd done it on the left foot. Oh, man, that was a good effort, though, wasn't it, on the return? Weaker left... Well, you can't even call it weak. He's 5-star weak foot. But, yeah, I'm not sure Matty Ryan had that one covered if we could hit the target. Patrick's had 6 shots today. That's quite ridiculous, if you ask me. To be fair, 2 of them came there, though. And we shouldn't have too many more minutes left in this game, as we do have a throw, and I think this will be it. So we're going to win for the first time today. It was not easy, and we've had to work incredibly hard to get that victory. But at least it's 3 points. And, of course, Man United were winning at half-time, so that should keep the gap the same if they did hold on to that victory. Next up for us, though, a tough game against Napoli. I believe the away leg first as well. So we're going to Italy in the form like this. Let's see how that goes. I mean, again, you look at the match facts. It was a similar story in Game 1. Against Burnley, we allowed 4 shots, 2 on target, and we conceded. Here, we allowed 2 shots, 1 on target, and we conceded as well. We had 14, 7 on target. This is what I'm saying. You know, we allow just 1 simple shot, and it goes in. and we create chances galore, and we just don't take them. You don't get away with that in the big leagues sometimes. So, on another day, we could have lost that. Quarterfinals of the Champions League, and it is the away leg first. I don't need to tell you the importance of this game against Napoli. You already know it, but here we go then. For the final game of the day, Napoli, our first game against them. It's the away leg first. And then, of course, we go back to our place for the second one, which will be in the next episode, beginning of that episode, really, as well. And this is the side we've gone with. It's a strong team. Not ideal, because Richarlison's having to start a little bit off fitness. Tierney as well, not quite fully fit, and Vinicius Jr. also. But let's get into the game. Napoli, of course, second in the Serie A, will pose a very, very difficult threat. Arguably, our toughest game today. And yet, I've struggled in the first two. So, hopefully, we'll get the job done here. Fixture saw Romelu Lukaku drop into goal to save a penalty from Lionel Messi. Tonight, though, there's a different talking point. It's Lukaku versus Koulibaly. A side that, in Napoli, it's a strong one. Bale and Bolo up front. Loftus-Cheek, Fabian, Allen and Januzaj in the midfield. Zappa, Costa, Koulibaly, Hummels and Bellerin at the back. Mere in goal. And, of course, we could have swapped Lukaku for Koulibaly, so it could have been the other way around lining up, but no, that is how it is. So, like I said, last time out, Lukaku went in goal, saved a penalty tonight. He's playing up front, and he's got Koulibaly up there to keep him company. A very, very strong Napoli side, one that we cannot give even the slightest opportunity to. Let's do this. Can we come away from the first leg with a massive advantage? Tierney towards Vinicius Jr. 5 minutes on the clock, and already we're looking to break through this Napoli backline. Vinicius Jr. shot, palm back out, and Lukaku misses. Oh, man. What a moment that could have been then. Romelu Lukaku. How close? Oh, he's not that far away. He really isn't far away at all. He just tried to smash it. To be fair, the goalkeeper, I felt, should have actually dealt with that a little bit better. He really, I don't think, should have palmed it back into that area. So let's give Lukaku the benefit of the doubt in that he probably didn't expect it to come his way. But then when it does, arguably should score. He's ended up hitting it, and it's very, very close to going in. So, yeah, that's so unfortunate. But it's weird because, you know, Gareth Bale on one side, Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the other. Didn't expect either of these to be playing at Napoli. Aaron Wan-Bissaka trying to block that. Oh, Vice, what are you doing? Come and get it. Don't be fist pumping the air now like you've done something really good. He should have come out. He started to, as you can see, he started to come out to get the ball. Last second, pulled out of it. Hit him in the face, and he makes the save onto the post. But he should have come and collected the ball. And then he goes and fist pumps the air like he's done something brilliant. As the cross is in. Hummels now with the header. What a strange start to this game. Vinicius Jr. finds Mason Mount. Swings in the cross. There's the delivery. Oh, and we should have scored. Again, another big, big opportunity goes begging. I think we timed the header pretty well. It was just Decore didn't send it towards goal. He put it wide in the end. Alisson going to get the overlap from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and there it is. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, good area, pulling it back. Mount, hit the post, back and it goes. I cannot score. The ball will not go past the line. Mount again. Decore, you've got... How have we not scored there? Torreira going to pick it back up. Now Mount again looking to place one this time, and Mere saves it on merit. How did this not cross the line? Like, look at this. The pullback from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I actually thought Lukaku was going to be the one who gets it. But as you can see, as it comes through here from Wan-Bissaka, that's where I was looking. Lukaku is the person I'm trying to shoot with. But instead, Mount takes it, looks for the placement. It hits the inside of the post, bounces back, and you're thinking, shoot! Just hit the ball. Oh, Mason Mount, how did that not go in? Remains 0-0 here, and I can't believe we didn't score. Got to cut out any potential mistakes beginning to creep their way into the game, because you cannot afford to do it against a side like Napoli. And with this now, Bale coming forward. Gareth Bale might get an opportunity to hit the shot. He will do! And that's a good save in the end from Vice. Lindelof allowed him on that left foot, and that allowed Bale to hit the shot. And in the end, Vice has actually pulled off with a very, very good save. Decore wins that header. Half-time whistle looming. Ref, we are a minute over. You had your opportunity to blow your whistle there as well as Bellerin takes it forward. How many more minutes do you want to play, ref? Sanchez will eventually clear it. There we go. Lukaku sends it on its way. Half-time 0-0. I'm going to be honest, no idea how we've not had a goal yet in this first half. The chances have been there. Oh, this is going to be a long tie, I feel. Second half underway. There's been one change. We've brought on Koeman for Richarlison. Aaron Wan-Bissaka immediately into the thick of things. Kingsley Coman! Oh, what a save! Straight into the action for the Frenchman, Kingsley Coman. And he must have surely thought he'd scored. His header's good enough, but it's a brilliant left hand from Napoli's number 1 that stopped us getting the goal. This is 2 arguable finalists going at it in this game. It's a game well worthy of a final so far. Corner in. Koeman gets up again, unable to win it. Mount sends it towards Torreira again, who sends a simple ball, which is easily dealt with. Jeez, if this is only the quarterfinals, imagine what the finals will be like. Struggling at the moment here, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Really, I'm struggling to stop Napoli from crafting the chance. Loftus-Cheek skips round his man. Sanchez blocks the initial shots. And actually was very calm in the second bit in doing it to keep hold of the ball. Well done, Davinson Sanchez. Now Torreira has got Koeman making the run. Kingsley Coman has been found. Is there a chance in this though? Koeman finds Mason Mount. Mount from distance. Oh, he's hit the bar with an unbelievable effort. He just cannot stop striking it off the woodwork, Mason Mount. Tierney's ball in. Lukaku going to try and win the flick back towards us on the edge of the area. Unable to do it. Mount's hit the bar again. And that was an unbelievable strike, as well as Decore's now found and he can't sort his feet out quick enough to get the ball through. What more must we do in this game to grab an away goal? That's all I'm going to say. What more can we do? If it's not us having an effort on target, which is saved by the keeper, it's us hitting the bar or the post. Mount going to defend that one as well. Now plays his way towards Torreira. Poor first touch from Lucas Torreira, but we still get away with it. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka drives us forward then. Kingsley Coman on the right. Going to try and use this as much as I can to try and draw Napoli in. As Aaron Wan-Bissaka now will find Coman. Coman to finish! Angle's completely all wrong, for crying out loud. Wasted another good chance there. Mount's going to come off. On comes Patrick. How have we not scored? Patrick, Koeman, Lukaku. Patrick going to continue off the bench to win a game. Patrick does it again. Yes! This guy is our biggest find in any FIFA series I have made on YouTube. Forget the rest of the Regens week. Look at him, arms in the air, punch in the sky, looking to the crowd. Forget Riera Canadell, forget Ollie Hill, forget any of them, forget them. It's all about this guy, Patrick van Leeuwen. Get in, off the bench to win it. It's what you love to see. That's why he was my captain at Villarreal. Arguably could have been captain here. I knew there was still time to do it, and that's what we've done. Napoli 0, Everton 1. You have to say we deserve that. We've been the better side tonight. Napoli have had their moments, but I do feel like we've been a little bit hard done by with the chances that we've had, not actually scoring. Gareth Bale trying to put a late cross in. Davinson Sanchez just heads it back towards AWB. We can smash it up the field of play, and that will do us then. From Italy, we've come here. We've got the away goal. Next episode, at the beginning of it, we will be back at Goodison Park with only a slender 1-0 advantage in the quarter-final of the Champions League. But if this game's anything to go by, that will be some cracker as well. Napoli, with it all to play for, have to go to our place and attack. And the ability that they've got in their side is going to make it very tough. But Patrick, I love him. He's just so good. And that was actually quite the game. Match facts show the story. But Patrick off the bench to win it. He's got an 8 match rating. AWB with a rare man of the match display. That's fantastic to see on that right hand side. Mason Mount was good before he went off as well. Lukaku with an 8.3 match rating. Compare that to Koulibaly with a 6.7. And we definitely did the job here tonight. So I'm thrilled with that. But of course, still a very difficult job next time out. Nevertheless, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. Of course, with FIFA 20, only a month and about 13 days away now. We'll be going hard at the beginning of FIFA 20, making sure to push content out for you guys to show my appreciation. I actually can't wait for it. I'm going to be taking it a lot more serious as well at the beginning of this season coming up of FIFA 20, and I'm really trying to push it and see what we can do. But for the most part, that's an interesting episode today. Like I mentioned, we'll have Stoke next episode, but we're going to be sieving it as it is a home game straight into that Napoli game to come. So fingers crossed we can get the job done. Till next time, have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you all again tomorrow with another video. Catch you all then. Adios.